has argued that evidence by the mother of multiple murder accused Nomia Rosemary Ndlovu defending her daughter should not be considered. Prosecutor Rihanna Williams says 80-year-old Maria Mshwana was simply trying to protect her daughter. Ndlovu stands accused of killing her boyfriend, Maurice Mabasa, and 5 of her relatives to cash in on insurance payouts. Judgment has now been reserved. My colleague, that's reporter Silindelo Masikane, joining us now from outside the High Court in Johannesburg. Silindelo, good afternoon. Take us through what happened in court today.
Well, Bradan, we're here at the Palmeridge High Court. The matter, in fact, the last time it appeared was brought back to this particular court because the judge in the matter is actually also the one listening to the trial of the death of teenager Nathaniel Ulis. But what we heard today in terms of the case of Nomia Rosemary Ndlovu was the closing arguments between the state as well as the defense around why Nomia should or should not be found guilty of the charges that she faces. And the state essentially today was in conversation with the judge around the evidence, saying yes, they do concede that the evidence against Nomia Ndlovu is circumstantial, that there isn't anything really directly linking her to the murders that she's been charged with, but saying that the court needs to take into consideration that they're also bringing a lot of similar facts to the case. So in terms of the murders that have taken place that she's been charged with, there's a pattern that the court can clearly see in terms of when the insurance policies were taken out, how long it took for the family members and the loved ones of Nomia Ndlovu to pass away, the time frame in which she would cash out those policies, how she always seemed to be somewhere lurking behind the scenes or somehow the first person on the scene when the bodies were found. And the state was really trying to show the court that she should be found guilty on all the charges that she's facing. Also stating that throughout the trial, Nomia Ndlovu was aggressive, she was evasive, and she developed her defense as the trial went along. Let's take a listen.
Why she took out so many policies covering all of them? Her version was, I wanted to take care of them financially, because due to my upbringing, there was a financial burden on our family. Yet here we have a family. The mom elaborated how she struggled as a farm worker. She elaborated that she struggled financially. And then the accused received 131,000 rand, 339 rand. On its own, my lord, that doesn't seem too suspicious. But then we look at the column just next to it. Why do you register your cousin as your spouse? Because the accused, as was testified by Old Mutual, as well as Mr. Huystek, who testified, if you have a policy for a spouse, you do not pay a premium. So, from the onset, my lord, in 2012, it is respectfully submitted that the version of the accused that the salesperson from the different insurance companies just made the error cannot hold any water, because if the court have regard to Annexure 3, she lied in relation to witness Madala Homu. She lied about their relationship. She lied in respect of Brilliant Mashego being her son.
Well, there you have it. Very strong words there saying that Nomia Ndlovu lied about a number of things. But the evidence given by her mum was also under the spotlight in court today. What was said about the mum's evidence?
So the Nomia's mom was brought to the court to testify, and you would remember, Bradan, that throughout the trial, the state was also trying to prove that there was an attempt on the life of Nomia's mother, that Nomia had actually also planned to kill her as well. But when she was brought to the stand, she is an elderly woman, and what the state was actually also trying to show was that even though she came to court and said, look, I don't remember anyone coming to visit me during that period that's alleged to have been the time where she wanted to kill me, the state was saying that we are expecting a mother to turn on their child, and basically parents only ever want to see the goodness in their children. So the state was trying to say to the judge that, look, her evidence shouldn't be taken too much into consideration due to the ties that she has to Nomia Ndlovu. Let's take a listen.
Evidence to that day of that period was clearly to protect the child. Evidence wasn't needed. The state has enough sufficient evidence placed before the Honourable Court to make a guilty finding in respect of the count 14 of Maria Mushwana Nyavana, the mother of the accused. However, my Lord, I believe she wanted to protect her daughter. I believe mothers want to believe in the goodness of their own children.
I hear you.
I cannot take it further.
So now finally we know that judgment has been reserved, Silindelo, to the 22nd. That's in about a week, just about 8 days from now.
Yes, Bradan, judgment has been reserved. It's been reserved to the 22nd of October. That's next week, Friday. And of course, after that, we will then hear aggravation as well as mitigation of sentencing. But now we look towards next week, Friday, where Nomia Ndlovu will know whether she will be found guilty or not guilty.
Thank you very much, Silindelo Masikane, for that comprehensive update about this case that has grabbed the imagination of South Africans in the last few weeks. Now,